Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine at home and doing study as well. So, students, today we are going to start Unit 3rd. It includes 3 chapters, and today we will discuss about Chapter 7, Aggregate Demand, Aggregate Supply, and Related Concept. And student, this unit is really important among all the units of macroeconomics as it includes 12 marks. So let's start with learning objectives. First learning objective is concept of AD, second components of AD, third concept of AS, fourth consumption function, fifth saving function, sixth relationship between propensity to consume and propensity to save. So dear students, before starting any topic related to AD, we must know some basic assumptions related to AD. So here are some basic assumptions. The first one is it refers to demand for all goods and services in the economy. It means any kind of goods and services produced in an economy will include in AD. It does not include any single commodity. It includes all kinds of goods and services. Second, AD is often measured for a one accounting period. It means as we calculate GDP every year, profit and loss every year, so that we will calculate accordingly AD. Every year we will calculate aggregate demand for goods and services. So it is generally calculated for one accounting period. Next one, third one is AD is a flow concept. As you all earlier studies in chapter 2nd, that stock means to measure the commodity at a point of time. But here we are generally calculating AD in one accounting period. So it is a flow concept. Next is AD positively related with income. As you all know, as our income increases, demand for goods and services also increase, or as our income decreases, our demand for goods and services also decreases. So there is a positive relation between income and aggregate demand. Fifth one, aggregate demand negatively related with journal price level. In the 11th class, we studies law of demand. As price increases, demand for goods and services decreases. As price decreases, the demand for the goods and services increases. So like that, general price level when increase, demand, aggregate demand for goods and services will decrease, or as general price level decrease, demand for goods and services will increase. So there is a negative relation between general price level and aggregate demand. Next is it does not include physical quantities of goods and services. It means it does not include counting of goods and services, that how many goods and services we produce in lakhs, in tons. It includes only total expenditure on the goods and services. पूरे साल में जो भी पब्लिक ने एक्सपेंडिचर किए हैं टू बाय गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, इट इंक्लूड्स इन एग्रीगेट डिमांड. वो ही एग्रीगेट डिमांड में इंक्लूड होगा. ओके, so let's start with the meaning of AD. AD is the sum total of expenditure that the people plan to incur on the purchase of goods and services produced in the economy in one accounting period, corresponding to their different level of income. It means AD में total expenditure include होगा that people are going to plan, जो लोग प्लान कर रहे हैं फॉर द वन अकाउंटिंग पीरियड, जो उन्हें एक साल में करना है, और इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू करस्पॉन्डिंग देयर डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ इनकम. सबकी इनकम अब अलग अलग है, तो इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ इनकम. तो आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ AD.